Do you ever wonder how others perceive you? Do you sometimes feel insecure about certain aspects of yourself, perhaps your appearance, voice, or personality? It's natural to have worries about how we are seen by others, fearing that our so-called flaws might make us less appealing. But here's the truth. The very things you feel self-conscious about might actually be what others find most charming and unique about you. The saying, "No one knows you better than yourself," holds some truth, but when it comes to personal attractiveness, we are often our own harshest critics. While you might be fixated on a feature you dislike, someone else could find it endearing. That little quirk, that laugh, or that imperfection you try to hide may actually be the reason someone finds you unforgettable. To help you see yourself in a new light, here are 8 so-called flaws that actually make you more attractive in the eyes of others. 1. Unique facial features, the mark of true attraction. Do you have a charming little freckle on your cheek, an endearing snaggletooth, or asymmetrical eyes that make your gaze one of a kind? If you've ever worried that these traits make you stand out in a less than perfect way, it's time to rethink. The very features you might consider imperfections are often what make you memorable, unique, and irresistibly attractive. Think about some of the most iconic figures in the world of beauty and fashion: Cindy Crawford, whose beauty mark became her signature, or Winnie Harlow, who turned vitiligo into a stunning emblem of self-acceptance and individuality. Even in Hollywood, actors like Joaquin Phoenix, with his distinct facial scar, captivate audiences not despite their differences, but because of them. These unique features set them apart and make them unforgettable. In reality, a flawless face that adheres strictly to conventional beauty standards can sometimes blend into the background, becoming just another pretty face. On the other hand, a distinctive feature, whether it's an unusual eye shape, a slightly crooked nose, or a set of dimples, creates a sense of character, intrigue, and authenticity. These quirks make you stand out in a world where sameness is often overvalued. What truly determines attractiveness isn't about having a symmetrical face or meeting beauty ideals. It's about how you own your uniqueness. Confidence is magnetic. When you embrace your one-of-a-kind features, others will naturally be drawn to your authenticity and self-assurance. So instead of hiding what makes you different, celebrate it, because real beauty isn't about perfection. It's about individuality. 2. A distinctive voice, the unseen power of attraction. Have you ever felt self-conscious about your voice? Maybe it's too husky, too soft, too fast, or carries a slight lisp. Many people worry that their voice sets them apart in a negative way, but in reality, your voice is one of the most defining and captivating aspects of your personality. It's not just a sound. It's an extension of who you are, shaping how others perceive and remember you. A unique voice can be incredibly charming, memorable, and even mesmerizing. Think about some of the most iconic voices in history: Morgan Freeman's deep, authoritative tone, Marilyn Monroe's soft, breathy allure, or Emma Stone's raspy, playful sound. These voices don't fit a conventional mold, yet they are instantly recognizable and deeply captivating. A deep, gravelly voice can exude mystery and confidence, while a softer, melodic one can feel warm and inviting. Even a speech quirk, whether it's a slight stutter, a regional accent, or an unusual pitch, can make you stand out in the most intriguing way. Rather than trying to alter your natural sound, embracing it can be a game changer. People don't just listen to voices, they feel them. A voice carries emotion, sincerity, and personality in ways that words alone cannot. Whether it's the way you laugh, the rhythm of your speech, or the tone of your expression, your voice tells a story about you. And when spoken with confidence, even the quirkiest voice can become irresistibly attractive. 3. Charming clumsiness, the beauty of imperfection. Do you find yourself absent-mindedly twirling your hair while talking, laughing a little too loudly at jokes, or fumbling with your hands when you're nervous? Maybe you knock over your drink at dinner or trip over your own feet when you're in a rush. If so, you might have worried that these small quirks make you seem awkward or unpolished. But here's the good news: these little imperfections are often what make you incredibly charming and endearing to others. In a world that often praises confidence and composure, a touch of clumsiness can make you appear genuine, approachable, and irresistibly human. No one feels deeply connected to someone who seems flawless and untouchable. Instead, we are naturally drawn to people who show their real, unfiltered selves. That's why someone who stumbles over their words, blushes unexpectedly, or fidgets with their sleeves can come across as refreshingly authentic. Think of some of the most beloved movie characters or celebrities. Many of them have an effortlessly charming, slightly awkward demeanor that makes them feel real and relatable. These little moments of human imperfection create a sense of warmth and vulnerability, which can be incredibly attractive. What's even more fascinating is that psychological studies suggest that small, unintentional blunders like mispronouncing a word or dropping a pen can actually increase likability, a phenomenon known as the pratfall effect. When someone who is otherwise competent or intelligent makes a harmless mistake, they often appear more relatable and likable, rather than less impressive. So, the next time you trip over your words, giggle at the wrong moment, or absent-mindedly tap your fingers on the table, don't be embarrassed. These little quirks make you uniquely you, and often, that's exactly what makes you stand out in the most delightful way. 4. Your unique smile, a signature of true beauty. Have you ever felt self-conscious about the way you smile? Maybe your laugh is a little too loud, your gums show when you grin, or your teeth aren't perfectly straight. Perhaps your smile doesn't fit conventional beauty standards, and you've caught yourself holding back or covering your mouth in photos. But here's the truth: your smile is one of the most beautiful and magnetic things about you. A genuine, heartfelt smile radiates warmth, confidence, and joy in a way that no amount of makeup or styling ever could. Unlike a rehearsed pose or a carefully curated appearance, a real smile is a pure, unfiltered expression, a moment of true happiness that instantly makes you more attractive to those around you. People are naturally drawn to those who smile often because it signals approachability, kindness, and positive energy. Think about some of the most unforgettable smiles in history: Julia Roberts' wide, radiant grin, Ed Sheeran's slightly imperfect but charming smile, or even the infectious laugh of someone you love. These smiles are memorable not because they are perfect by traditional standards, but because they are authentic, expressive, and full of life. Psychologists have even studied the power of a smile, revealing that people who smile frequently are perceived as more likable, trustworthy, and attractive. Smiling also has a contagious effect. It can brighten someone's day, lift the mood in a room, and make people feel instantly comfortable in your presence. A laugh that comes straight from the heart, no matter how loud or unique, can be incredibly endearing and magnetic. So, if your laughter is a little too boisterous, or your smile has its own quirks, don't ever try to hide it. Embrace it. Own it. Let it shine. Because in the end, the most beautiful thing about a smile isn't its symmetry, it's the joy and confidence behind it. 5. A touch of rebelliousness, the irresistible charm of not always fitting in. Do you ever feel like you don't quite follow society's unwritten rules? Maybe your interests don't align with the mainstream, or you prefer to do things your own way rather than conforming to expectations. Perhaps you dress a little differently, have unconventional hobbies, or refuse to let social norms dictate your choices. If that sounds like you, don't change because your independence and carefree attitude might be one of your most attractive qualities. In a world where so many people seek validation from others, there's something undeniably magnetic about someone who doesn't need approval to be themselves. People who march to the beat of their own drum exude a quiet confidence that makes them stand out. They don't desperately seek to fit in, and that effortless self-assurance is often what draws others toward them. Think about some of the most captivating personalities in history: artists, musicians, innovators, and trailblazers who refused to conform and instead chose to embrace their individuality. They didn't follow trends. They created them. There's an undeniable allure in someone who is unapologetically themselves, whether that means pursuing niche interests, questioning societal norms, or simply refusing to live life according to someone else's rules. Psychologists suggest that people with a streak of independence and unpredictability often appear more intriguing and exciting. The ability to live life on your own terms, without constantly worrying about what others think, is a sign of inner strength and self-respect. This kind of energy naturally attracts those who admire authenticity, courage, and originality. So, if you've ever worried that your unconventional interests or rebellious streak might set you apart, embrace it instead. Confidence in your uniqueness is what makes you truly unforgettable. After all, the most attractive people aren't the ones who try to blend in, they're the ones who stand out effortlessly. 6. Your unique passion's the spark that sets you apart. Have you ever hesitated to share your hobbies or interests because they seem too unconventional or different from what most people enjoy? Maybe you have an intense love for vintage vinyl records, spend hours perfecting your cosplay outfits, or can talk endlessly about astrophysics or niche literature. If so, never dim your passion to fit in, because your enthusiasm is one of your most attractive qualities. Passionate people radiate a kind of energy and authenticity that is impossible to ignore. When someone talks about something they truly love, their eyes light up, their voice becomes animated, and their entire presence becomes more engaging. Passion is contagious. It draws people in, makes conversations more exciting, and allows others to see the depth of your personality. Think about how fascinating it is to watch an artist lost in their work, a musician fully immersed in their melody, or a storyteller weaving words with undeniable excitement. Passion gives you a sense of purpose, drive, and uniqueness, and those qualities naturally make you stand out. Some of the most remarkable and inspiring individuals in history weren't afraid to embrace their unique passions, no matter how niche or unconventional. Whether it's an obsession with ancient civilizations, a love for board games, or a fascination with the mysteries of the ocean, your interests make you who you are, and the right people will admire you for it. So, if you ever feel insecure about your hobbies or think they make you too different, remember this: true confidence comes from embracing what you love without apology. The more you own your passions, the more you attract people who appreciate and admire your authenticity. 7. Sensitivity, the strength in feeling deeply. Have you ever been told that you're too sensitive or felt like your emotions make you vulnerable? Do you find yourself deeply moved by music, art, or the struggles of others? If so, you might not realize that your sensitivity is one of your most beautiful and powerful traits. In a world where many people suppress their emotions to appear strong, those who feel deeply and express their emotions openly bring warmth, sincerity, and connection to those around them. Your ability to empathize with others, to truly listen and understand their emotions, creates a sense of trust and comfort that few can offer. Highly sensitive people tend to notice the little details that others overlook, the subtle shifts in tone, the quiet sadness in someone's eyes, or the unspoken emotions beneath the surface of a conversation. This deep emotional intelligence makes you an incredible friend, partner, and confidant. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel seen, heard, and understood. Far from being a weakness, sensitivity is a superpower. It allows you to form deep and meaningful connections, appreciate beauty in the smallest moments, and bring kindness into a world that desperately needs it. Some of the greatest artists, writers, and visionaries were deeply sensitive souls who used their emotions to create, inspire, and change the world. So, if you ever feel like your emotions make you too much, remind yourself that the ability to feel deeply is a gift, not a flaw. Your kindness, empathy, and warmth make you not only lovable, but unforgettable. 8. Your flaws make you uniquely beautiful. In a world obsessed with perfection, it's easy to feel pressured to hide your so-called flaws, whether it's a physical feature you wish you could change, a habit you think is embarrassing, or a personality trait that doesn't fit the mold of what society deems ideal. But the truth is, perfection is overrated, and often, it's the very things you consider flaws that make you truly special. Think about the most captivating people you've ever met. Were they flawless, or were they uniquely themselves? Maybe they had a distinctive laugh, an unusual way of expressing themselves, or a scar that told a story. The quirks, imperfections, and little idiosyncrasies that make you different are the very things that make you stand out. Psychological studies suggest that people are often more attracted to those who embrace their imperfections rather than those who try to appear perfect. Why? Because authenticity is far more appealing than artificial perfection. A slight gap between your teeth, a birthmark, an offbeat sense of humor, these are not things to be hidden, but things that make you real, human, and beautifully unique. The most magnetic people aren't those who try to be perfect, but those who own who they are, flaws and all. Instead of trying to erase your so-called imperfections, learn to love them because they are part of what makes you extraordinary, memorable, and one of a kind. Many people feel insecure about certain aspects of themselves, fearing that their flaws make them less attractive. However, the very traits we criticize in ourselves are often what make us unique and appealing to others. Whether it's distinctive facial features, a unique voice, charming clumsiness, an unconventional smile, a rebellious streak, deep passions, sensitivity, or other quirks, these are not imperfections, but qualities that set us apart. Confidence in embracing these traits is what truly makes someone attractive. Instead of striving for perfection, we should celebrate our individuality, as real beauty lies in authenticity.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.